What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So in recent weeks, there were a lot of rumors that Dybala was going to go to Inter, and a lot of Juventus fans obviously started hating on Dybala for this. But apparently now it's come out that Inter no longer are interested in Dybala, probably because they're getting obviously Lukaku. So they're not going to pursue getting him, most likely. And also it came out that Milan isn't really an option for Dybala either. And it left us with one thing, which is Dybala is not wanted by almost anyone. And this is getting ridiculous at this point because the recent rumors that everybody in the Twitter community heard of was obviously him possibly going to Sevilla, which is honestly ridiculous. And it only this is the crazy part, only for a €3 million salary, which is absolutely crazy if you ask me. And I'll tell you why. Because let's go back a bit, right? Let's go back a few, let's say 2 years, right? Or at least to the 2021 season, right? So obviously we're in December of 2020 / going into January of 2021, and this is where the proper rumor started of Dybala possibly renewing with Juventus, and all this negotiation whatever BS started, right? And then now the new season starts, and apparently Allegri wants to keep him as the center of the project. So he starts a lot of games, but he does get injured, which is a bit of a problem. But apparently in October / November they had reached an agreement. Now the details after that are a bit weird and a bit messed up because they're not totally sure what happened. A lot of sources reported that his agent, Dybala's agent, was asking for too much money. Then some people believe that no, it was Dybala that was cocky and he wanted a lot of money, etc, etc. And if you guys do remember, at one point under Pirlo, he was asking for 20 million pre-tax, which I'm not sure how much that would be after tax. Let's say around 14 to 15 million. I'm not too sure about that. That's just an estimation. So yeah, a lot of money back then, and apparently it got dropped to 10 million after tax in the October agreement. I think it was 8 million plus 2 million bonuses. But since then, the management have decided to not re-sign him, or Dybala was just asking for too much money, so the management said, hell no, we're not signing you, no one is bigger than the club, and they didn't sign him. Now which one is true, we're not too sure. They can both be true, they can both coexist as possibilities if you ask me, but in my opinion it's probably, it is probably both, because the management are probably not keen on him signing this season, considering obviously he's shown quality, but he's been injured most of the time, which means that, quite frankly, why do you keep a player on 10 million salary and he plays like half the matches, and obviously they decided not to sign him. So the big question after that was, where was he going to go? Was he going to switch leagues? Was he going to stay in Serie A? What was he going to do? Now the initial rumors were decently realistic, I would say. The rumors that he was going to go to maybe Atletico Madrid or Barcelona, which would make sense for him to play in Spain, considering obviously first of all he's Argentinian, second of all his playing style does fit the Spanish league's playing style, so it all made sense. But obviously Barcelona came out that they didn't want him. Apparently Javi wasn't too keen on him, and Atletico, we just haven't heard anything about Atletico since. Plus you have to take into consideration that Atletico have 4 other forwards. Obviously Suarez left, but they also have Griezmann, João Felix, Correa, Cunha. They have a lot of strikers, so that wasn't that realistic either. But those were the few, the beginning of the first clubs he was rumored to be signing for. Then most recently, it was pretty much confirmed by every journalist that he was going to join Inter, and that's why a lot of the fans did switch on him. Now, here's the thing, right? Inter are pursuing Lukaku, right? They're going to get him on loan. This is basically confirmed. It's going to be 10 million, their dry loan, plus 4 or 5 million bonuses or something, or at least his wage. I don't think there's going to be any obligation or, any of these to buy. But yeah, they're going to get Lukaku, and a lot of people, Inter fans and fans in general, were getting hyped up because Inter were looking to be making an attack of Dybala, Lukaku, and Lautaro Martinez. But to a lot of people, like me, it doesn't seem too balanced, that attack, because you have to take into consideration how Inter obviously play. It wouldn't make sense at all to have 3 strikers and then, Dybala won't return in defense, obviously. neither were Lautaro or Lukaku because they're strikers. So they would leave the rest of the team to need to defend, which is not easy, and it doesn't seem like a balanced attack anyways. So to a lot of us it was unrealistic, and apparently it probably will be, because it looks like it's not 100% confirmed, but it looks like Inter won't be signing. And as I said before, Milan apparently weren't interested in signing him either. There were a few rumors recently that they were going to sign Ziyech, so that makes sense. And apparently Sevilla have given him an offer of 3 million a year. Now, this is honestly crazy in my opinion, and in my opinion, this is all Dybala's fault. You can't fault the management or whatever. Dybala was one of the cockiest players ever, right? He didn't want to sign for that 10 million as if he really deserved 10 million. 10 million, he was on that kind of money back in 2016, 17, 18, where he was proper world class and consistently world class, because he showed that he was world class also in 2020. But he's not consistent enough, and that's the problem with Dybala. No club wants him because he's asking for a lot of high wages. He's asking to be a starter. He's asking for probably Champions League football, and he's asking to be obviously pretty much at the center of the project. And a guy that gets injured as much as he gets injured has no chance to be any of those. And that's why no one is really interested in him at the moment, and that's why he should have accepted all the offers that the management gave him. They gave him, I think at one point they gave him 11, 12 million, they lowered it to 10. Obviously it was 8 million plus 2 million bonuses. And he didn't want him, and it's his fault. This is happening to him. He decided his fate, and this can be his career. He can really damage his career, if you ask me, only with this renewal, because he had basically a confirmed renewal with Juventus. And now look, it might not be entirely up to Dybala. I do think that his agent is also really incompetent, and he's just really stupid, his agent, when you think about it, because you had a really good chance of renewing with Juventus, but apparently his agent wanted too much money. And at that point, if that's really true, if those rumors are really true, you sack the agent. Why keep the agent? What's the point? There's absolutely no point in keeping an agent that is screwing you as a human and as a professional over. He's screwing you over. You have a confirmed deal with the club, which basically puts you on the top level, and now you're not going to get the renewal because of your agent and slightly because of you too. Where do I think he will join? I do think Inter is still a possibility, but if he doesn't go to Inter, I think he might go to Roma or even change the league entirely. I can see him go to maybe Spurs, if you ask me. Spurs have Paratici, used to be a sporting director for Juventus. It makes sense. Conte will probably likes Dybala's profile of a player too. I think he was interested in him when he was at Inter, so it would all make sense for him to go to Spurs. But at this point, it's not certain at all where he's going to end up at. Is he going to switch league? What's going to happen? Because at this point, his career is looking very uncertain and weird, you know? It's a bit at risk, his career. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, share, subscribe for more of this kind of content. I'll see you in the next one.